Black spiders. There was once an ancient castle on the mountain, and an old king lived in it. There was a town around the castle. All the people in it lived peacefully and freely. The Tsar protected the inhabitants of the city from robbers, and they were grateful for it and paid tribute. This went on for 50 years. But one day big black spiders came to the city. People were alarmed and turned to the king for protection. "You are a great king, you are a noble king, you are the protection and support of the whole city. Protect us from the vile black spiders." The Tsar calmed everyone down and said, "My dear subjects, you have nothing to worry about. The black spiders came at my behest to guard the streets in peace, and also for working at the post office instead of postmen." The second time people were alarmed and turned to the king for protection when they found that the spiders were opening and reading their letters. "You are a wise king, you are a learned king, protect us from the black spiders that open envelopes at the post office and read our letters." The Tsar calmed everyone down and replied, "My subjects, calm down. Although black spiders open postal envelopes, they do not read letters, since they are not trained to read and write, and they do it to protect the residents of the city from fleas and envelopes." For the third time, the residents of the city were alarmed and turned to the king when they noticed that black spiders were eavesdropping on them on the street. But the Tsar calmed everyone down again, saying that although the spiders were listening, they would not tell anyone about what they had heard. For the fourth time, the inhabitants of the city were alarmed when the king increased the tribute 100 times. And the black spiders collected all the tribute. The inhabitants came to the king and said, "You're a cruel king, you're a dishonest king, you didn't protect us from the black spiders, and even increased the tribute 100 times. And the king answered, "My subjects, my slaves, if you refuse to pay me all the tribute, then I will tell all your secrets that I learned from the black spiders." The residents of the city have turned around and resigned themselves. They began to pay the Tsar without a murmur. The little boy was also upset when his parents gave him not a bicycle, but snuff for his birthday. Then the boy took tobacco and sent his letter to the Tsar. The black spiders opened this letter together with the Tsar, sniffed it and began to sneeze. They sneezed for so long that the bellies of all the spiders burst. The old Tsar also sneezed non-stop from tobacco, until the residents in the city heard a loud bang coming from the castle. And now let us move from the fairy tale to the declaration and reveal its essence. Based on Article 12 of the UN Declaration, no one can be subjected to arbitrary interference in his personal and family life, arbitrary encroachments on the inviolability of his home, the secrecy of his correspondence, or on his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or such encroachments. It was a podcast Rights for Young Children about human rights for children and fairy tales. See you in a week.